Do you normally keep gel polish on your toes or just regular
Never.
polish? Oh,
Yeah, regular
good.
polish.
Put your foot down a little bit.
It's mostly the right toe. I mean, the left one has tendencies to
Get
curve
sore
a little bit. Yeah, but...
So we'll get more of this out after it soaks again.
I should have shaved my toe for the occasion. Angle, let them grow out. Cut them on an angle.
Yeah.
I'm like, no. I'm breaking the cycle.
Yes, you gotta break the cycle. Yeah, but it's, I mean, the tiniest little sharp piece of nail every single step you take, pressing into that skin,
Right. And
it hurts.
I took your advice a while ago too, because I would always be like, oh, I'm either like a 6.5 or a 7. I'm like, no, I'm just a 7, no 6.5. They're too small now.
Yeah.
I did ballet when I was really younger, and I wonder if, I don't know, that was like the start of it, pushing it in.
Right. And another thing is that when that's why the whole people telling other people that long toenails are in, they are not in. But you have a really high attachment point.
Okay.
You know, some people's attachment point are lower, so you can, you know, cut your nail back. But when you cut your nail back, it's still pretty long.
I honestly grew it out so you could cut it.
Yeah.
And I'm like, the other one is cut down a little bit short. I like short nails in general.
Because when this free edge hangs over the tip of your toe, nails are porous, so they get a little bit soft, and then they dry and they squeeze in. They're not going to stay in this shape.
Right.
So you got nail bed holding this into place, but when the free edge grows over the toe, then it squeezes in, and that's when it starts to push and cut deep into that skin. But see this buildup? Your body starts to say, hey, that hurts.
That's what I'm saying.
So it makes a little callus, and it makes a little cushion, a little buildup.
Get to the end of the nail. Like when I have nothing like your sidewall cleaner, but just like the inside of a clipper, I try to scrape out whatever is underneath there, but I can never get completely around that edge.
Right.
Yes.
Well, I will show you how to do that.
That's why I came. Dad's like, just go to podiatrist right here. And I'm like, I already have my sights set on some things.
Well, and podiatrists, you know, they can only bill if they do surgery. They aren't, you know, their job isn't to clean around your toenails.
Right.
They're going to remove the portion of the nail. You know, I know that people say, oh, you should send them to a podiatrist. No, like nail technicians exist for a reason.
Right.
Podiatrists aren't in the cosmetic business. That's why when you go that they are not going to make your toenails pretty.
No.
And as such, they are, you know, way too educated. Their job is surgeries and bunions and bones and ankles and everything like that. So,
but even so, it's hard to come by someone who I would say is educated as much as you are.
Right.
I wouldn't call them nail technicians, I guess.
Yeah, and you do have deeper sidewalls too. So
and
when
I try to, every time I get out the shower, I take a rag, like you said too.
That's good.
Get all the excess skin off.
Good.
But I think it's the fresh start kind of that I need
Yes.
to help guide the new growth. No one from Louisiana yet.
Not yet. Not until today. Not until today. Gotta put a pin in the map.
Truly, I want to visit all 50 states, 5, so I feel like that's a good start.
It is a very good start. I had a goal. Well, I guess I still have the goal to visit all national parks in the United States.
Nice. What have you been to so far?
I don't know. It's a long list. I have a book of all of our family vacation photos and stuff. But we've been to a lot.
That's good. I like going somewhere and like, all right, I have this mission to do this.
And it makes for great family vacations.
Right. You have 2 kids?
Mm-hmm.
My mom did not like to travel with us when we were younger, understandably. Plus, my brother has autism, and he was very anxious about flying.
Oh, yeah.
But he's gotten so much better over the years because now he can truly understand, like, oh, we're going somewhere.
Now he's like, this is
do
fun.
something, exactly.
Yeah.
We went to Disney World 2 summers ago. First of all, never going again in summer.
Way too hot.
Yes. Second of all, I was just, I don't know. I was in charge. We had this ride this time. We got the fast pass here. And I'm like, oh,
Ah.
I need a vacation from that vacation.
Yes. Parents usually do need a vacation after their vacation from managing everything. Have you been enjoying your summer though?
Oh yeah. I just bought a house in December.
Nice.
So I was like neglecting anything and everything until the school year was over, and I was like, okay, now I can play catch up.
Yes.
I bought the house in December, and I want to say February, a leak came in through the roof. The back door was leaking.
Welcome to homeownership.
That's what everything. My dad's like, yeah, you really are an adult now. Shit, okay. I'm like, no, I gotta go backwards.
Yeah.
What I really needed is some new windows, though. And that's kind of what I had been saving up for.
Yeah, windows are expensive.
Old windows, like rusted, one pane, can't even lock anymore. Like, all right. For electricity and safety purposes, that needs to be the first facelift of the house.
Mm-hmm.
I told my mom, like,
So we'll get more of this out after it soaks again.
I should have shaved my toe for the occasion.
I tell people men never shave.
This is true.
Men never shave, so we should not stereotype women into thinking that they should be hairless. It's not fair.
I'm very on board for that. For the whole winter season, I'm on board for that.
Right.
It's only summer, I'm like, all right. So, in theory, you would want to be able to, like where you're starting at there, I want to be able to feel the inside or like the edge of my nail underneath there.
Yeah.
Okay.
Like,
It's
see, this is
inflamed
probably
a little
irritated too. See this hair? That's the second hair that I've pulled out. When you get foreign stuff stuck down into your sidewalls, it
Right.
irritates your body. It's like a little hair splinter.
Right.
So.
Dang cat. That's what it is. I was never a cat person. I'm actually pretty allergic. But there was the cutest cat at my school. And I befriended it. And like I said, it was virtual from the beginning of this year. And so I would leave my door open. And she came back and she went around the entire school and found me.
Oh.
And would sleep in my, like, on my desk, on empty chairs, because I had no students. So I had to bring her home once I got my house.
Oh my goodness. That's a love story.
Mm-hmm. She's got personality, though, I'll tell you that.
What'd you name her?
Rosie.
Aww. What color is she?
I'm about to I guess
Oh,
she's
good.
a calico cat, is what you call it. She's got a lot of different colors. Here's a little video. Nice. All right, so she attacks her tail viciously. She sounds like a dog. And I brought her to the vet, and I was concerned, and I was like, could it be nerve damage? Like, did she get hit? Is she okay? And he's like, it's a little anxiety, a lot of her personality. I was like, oh, okay.
She's just playing.
Yep.
How fun.
But I think she came at the right time because I was gonna get a dog, and with me being a teacher, I didn't.
We had the cats for 18 years, and Bruce was like, no more cats.
Yeah. Well, they live so long.
Yeah.
I'm like, I didn't realize she was gonna be knowing my kids and everything.
Yeah. How many kids do you have in your family? Just 2?
So it's just me and my brother. Yeah, my brother is 2 years younger than me.
Okay.
My cousin lived with us for a little while, when he was in school. That was nice because I had someone else to cut up with.
Aw. Was he going to college near your house?
No, so he had a little bit of a rough family life, and he just took to our family a little bit better. So we were like, you know what?
Yeah. You
Open
can
our
stay with
arms.
us.
Exactly, yeah. And he was about 7 or 8 when that happened.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. And then he stayed with us until he was 17, 18, graduated from high school.
Oh,
And
wow.
we're like, all right, you're on your own now. Like, back in the world. He's been doing all right. As much as any 19-year-old boy
Right.
can do.
Okay, you can put that foot back in the water.
Just not edited.
Oh, yeah, I have like 80 videos saved on a hard drive that I need to upload.
That's also nice. Like,
We started uploading twice a week now, just because there are so many.
does Bruce help you with that?
No, no. Bruce doesn't know how to do any of that.
That's me. I'm technology illiterate. That's when they were like, oh yes, you'll be virtual teaching. I'm like,
You're like, can I get an assistant?
yeah. I told all the kids, I was like, all right, as you're learning.
So this one doesn't hurt as bad as the other side. This one kind of looks more sore.
No way. The right one has always been the more so. I mean,
Or always been the more sore.
more sore?
The sorest.
Yeah.
I guess.
But they both definitely give me a little bit of problems.
Yeah. Pinkies and big toes. Always the problem, children. So what do you plan on doing while you're in town?
Really just look around, find some sites. I've been talking with people here and there and writing down. They're like, oh, like your friend just told me, oh, go down this way if you want to go to the shops and some scenic views. I've been to New York, I've been to Seattle, and I kind of viewed this, I was like, I've never been mid-north. The air is so much better, oh my gosh.
Is it?
Yes. Like when I left the apartment this morning, it was like 68 degrees. I was like, oh my gosh. Middle of July, I'll take it.
Yeah, you just missed the really humid stuff. Like it was in the 90s and really stiff.
Bring it with me. You can see the indentation.
Yeah. There's a little bit more of a callus on that one.
So people do gel polish on their toes?
Not here, but a lot of people do, yeah. I don't think that they do it for very many times because it
I have a love
does
relationship
cause
with
some
gel.
issues.
Yeah. I mean, these are gel, but it hurts my eyes when I get them done. The light.
The fumes? Oh, yeah.
And stings my fingers a little bit. I guess I'm just really sensitive.
Yep.
I only get my fingernails done if I'm, like, my best friend just got married, so I was a bridesmaid.
Special occasions.
Mm-hmm. Well, what I really did is I gave up pedicures and manicures in exchange
To
for
save your
going-
house.
No.
To save your
This is
house.
true. Yeah, the roof. But I switched it out for the chiropractor and getting a massage.
Okay.
And I'm not mad at the decision.
Yeah, no, that's good.
If I know how to
Your
properly
well-being
take
is
care of
important.
yeah. Have you ever been to the chiropractor?
Oh, yeah.
When
Yeah.
I first started, my mom was really against it because I guess, like, back in the day, I don't know, it was a newfound form of medicine, I guess you could say. And she was very like, you're gonna hurt yourself. Like, I already crack almost everything in my body myself, so I need someone to correct it.
Mm-hmm. Put my vertebrae back where it's supposed to be.
Especially from, like, because I teach a younger grade, I'm constantly leaning over the desk. I was on the computer, hunched over.
Yeah, this job is very hard on your body.
Yeah, you're bent over too.
Been trying to get chiropractors to reverse the curve in my neck for years and years and years, but
But you're still coming into work and then looking down the same way, so
Yeah.
it's hard to make that correction.
yeah.
You have good posture though, even while you're sitting.
Well, I have to now. I have a neck fusion, so I can't look down. All of the years of the chiropractor, it didn't really
Oh my
work,
gosh.
so I ended up having to get my neck fused.
Haven't had any major surgeries yet, thank God. Just like the tonsils and the wisdom teeth.
Right.
I think that's the one that I need to get from you.
Yes, the ingrown rasp.
The serrated edge.
That's right. That's right.
I did my homework.
You have been watching me a while.
My friend feels the same way that I feel about you. She has like this, she's been watching, do you know who the toe bro is? So she watches him.
Has she gone to see him?
No.
No, she probably doesn't have any issues.
No, but okay, so her husband, who she just got married to, he had like a little bit of a fungus growing, like some ingrown, and she was like, all right, I bought a kit, I'm taking care of that before the wedding, and we go to Hawaii. Everyone sees his feet.
Yes.
So that's love right there. I'll touch my feet, but not another guy's feet.
And then they get spoiled.
Mm-hmm.
And they're like, can you do my feet?
I was wondering if anyone in your family is kind of like that.
Oh, Bruce. Bruce hasn't done his own toes in 30 years.
Well, then I also feel like if you see his toes or like the way he did it, you're just like, I can't take that. I have to do it.
Yeah.
And that's how I'd feel.
Yeah.
He always has dog hair stuck in his toe, too.
Yes, he does.
I guess that's kind of just inevitable, but as long as you catch it before it starts
Poking into you.
right, making a home in there. Would you say you book up pretty fast?
I'm booked until October.
Oh my gosh. Yeah,
Yeah.
I made this appointment in my, okay, so I had a really bad day at school. I was in the little beanbag chair that I make for the kids, like it's their calm corner. I was in the calm corner myself. And I
Aww.
was like, you know what?
I need some
I'm
love.
gonna go to Michigan.
I need a trip.
Mm-hmm. Would you say it's mostly from?
Really having a bad issue.
Mm-hmm.
I have them send me pictures,
Right.
and then I'll come in on a Monday and do a couple of people,
Mm-hmm.
you know, who are like having an emergency or whatever.
So are y'all closed like a Sunday and Monday?
Yeah.
Regular kind of salon.
Yeah.
It doesn't even feel that rough, but it still does such a good job.
The file?
Yeah.
Yeah, it does. Well, part of that is the callus remover. It just dissolves that dead skin without penetrating into any of the
I'm gonna add that to my cart as well.
living tissue. Yeah. It'll last your whole life. You can disinfect it in between uses. I keep mine in the shower.
That's, I just bought one, but I mean, like, it's a black little coarse thing. It feels like sandpaper. I'm like, this just cannot be good.
Yeah.
It's literally just tearing off the skin.
Then it almost makes it more rough than it
Right,
was in the
right.
first place. Oh, this makes it very smooth and silky.
I walk around barefoot a lot too. Probably doesn't help.
So how long did it take you to start saving for your house?
Okay, so I was never really a big spender. I would say probably all throughout college, because when I was in college, I worked at like a little mom and pop restaurant, and I would just college, work, home, do my homework, college, work, home, and I had a routine. And my grandma just recently passed away as well, and she left me some money.
And how soggy the skin is. Like if the skin is super white, I know that when I go around, see how you can see the skin? It's
Right.
just staying in one place.
And I guess that's not as abrasive as it is when you're trying to flatten out the whole nail.
Yeah. This is just, we're kind of just refining, making sure we get all of that skin that's stuck on the nail off. You got to be careful when somebody doesn't have thick toenails. You have to be careful not to file into the toenail, because you don't want to thin out their real
Right.
toenail if they don't have issues. Because then once this toenail grows up to the top, it'll break in
Right.
certain spots.
Would you say I have thin toenails?
No, I would say that your toenails are just normal.
Yay. Okay, when's the last time you made someone bleed?
Oh, hardly ever. Like, I could probably count on one hand in 27 years. And the 2 of them I put online just so I could tell people what to do if that happens.
I've never had like a horrible experience at the nail salon. It's probably just been that it's not the best that I could have received, if that makes sense.
Right.
But I saw you kind of cut in a little bit at a straight angle, all the way in the corner.
So when I pull open the sidewall, I can see some white down around that corner. So there is still some buildup down in there.
Right.
And when that callus is taking up space, it's just uncomfortable because the nail presses onto the callus, then the callus presses into the skin. Can you feel that resistance?
Yep.
Yeah.
Is that where it started, kind of like growing out irregularly?
That's just where the buildup is at.
So that's not even nail. That was, wow.
No, that was just skin. It's so weird because like the tiniest piece of skin can feel like so huge. You know, it's like the thorn in the lion's paw.
Yes. The pea in the princess's
bed. Yes.
And I try to dig in there. Nothing crazy, but just even to like scrape up some of the excess skin, but if you don't get it all, it's kind of like you did nothing. So short nails are the way to go.
Yes.
Would you say you have more problem toes than regular toes that you pedicure?
No. People think that because that's what they see on my YouTube channel, but
Would you trust someone else with your feet? Or are you the only one that does your feet?
Well, I'm the only one that does my feet. Bruce has done my feet a couple times in the past few years. Yeah.
Like just as
we filmed
funny.
It. Yeah. No,
we go back and look at that.
To try to teach men how to help their girlfriends and wives, but I just don't have time.
Yeah.
I just do them at home.
I started giving myself, like, on Sunday for my fingernails mostly. I'm like, all right, that's going to be nail day. In between polishes, is it true, like, okay, I need to let the nail, I don't think it's true, breathe, but like the yellow discoloration that comes from the polish, right?
Yeah, it just depends on what kind of polish that you're using, and if you're using a base coat, you need to use a base coat so they don't stain your nails.
Okay. I think I have OPI base coat.
And I have a line of nail polish too.
Ooh.
So base coat, top coat, and 34 colors.
And when you say you have it, like, you looked at the formula, you were like, I'm gonna, wow.
Yeah.
Okay, so what do you suggest for me to get? Because I obviously need the cuticle remover and then the Ingrown sidewall cleaner.
Yeah, the rasp.
What about the nippers? I'm nervous about that.
Are you?
Yes.
Don't be nervous.
Because when I watch your videos, it's from your perspective. So I'm like, okay, it's kind of backwards when I'm doing it from over here.
Right. But no, you just have to, I think people hold them wrong at home. They hold them down here and they're trying to aim at their toes.
Right.
You have to hold them up here.
Wow.
So it's, you know, very close. So you have control.
Right. And almost having more control with putting your thumb underneath it.
Yes, just very, yeah. It's very easy. Yeah, so I would get the nippers and the cuticle remover and the rasp.
And I'll probably get you base coat.
Yeah.
Do you ever still do hair sometimes too?
Yeah, I have a few hair clients still. I try to get my hair clients to see the other stylists, but with we're down a couple of hairstylists and the other girls' hair, they're just booked. Their schedules are full.
You would prefer this, or you just don't have time to do hair?
Just don't have time. Like, I wouldn't take any new hair clients, no. You can bend your knee and just put that right there. And I'll take that foot. First, and then I'm gonna do your toenails.
Sure.
So when are you going home?
Friday night. So I still have like the day to explore and whatnot. But anything that you would suggest that I need to go see? Whether it be scenery or like a museum or...
There's a lot of cool stuff in Detroit. Is that where you're staying? Is it in Detroit? Yeah, the other really cool, pretty stuff is way up north. So it's a pretty long drive.
A bit of a drive. I mean,
to go.
I have a whole day.
Yeah.
What's a long drive? I would say 4 hours is my max.
Yeah, it's further than 4 hours.
Yeah.
Yeah.
A little Kia rental car. I'm 25 now, so I could finally. I was like, okay, now I can. I really am an adult. The roof is coming in, and I can get a rental car. So.
Well, car rental companies must have had bad experiences renting to kids under 25.
I could see that.
So that
And
there
it's-
must be that rule.
I
for
can
a
also
reason.
see, like, you know, guys' insurance is more than girls.
Yeah.
Like, might seem sexist, but I could see it.
They're just more rough, I think.
Yes. And, well, I even used to hear that red cars had higher insurances. I think they forewent that one, but because my mom said, oh, it's a sports color car. I was like, well, I even saw something on Facebook, speaking of crazy things, that if you had a C-section or whatnot and you just had a baby, there was a lady that put her bill up and it said skin-to-skin contact with mother, $40. C-section procedural, like $3,000. Bed fee, like, but I was like, they charge you $50 to hold your baby skin to skin?
That's crazy.
I was like, I hope this is photoshopped, but it didn't seem like it. I asked my mom, she goes, I didn't look at that bill. I already had you. I was already in mom mode.
Yeah, I never looked at my bill either.
But I guess you can't even really question those things. It's like, you just gotta pay it.
Yeah.
Keep going. So maybe I shouldn't even look at it because then it'll make me look mad.
Right.
Make me mad.
Like-
Say you have to have the highest gigabyte to have all those
Yeah.
videos.
I do.
Do you ever do acrylic on your fingernails?
I do.
I think I prefer acrylic over gel.
That's usually all I wear is acrylic nails. I was preparing for my trade show and I just had no time to spend on myself. So I just shortened all of my nails super low. Put on some clear polish. I didn't have to worry about them.
Yeah. You said a trade show?
Yeah, we were just in Gatlinburg, Tennessee for a trade show. We have a booth and I do some training classes. Yeah.
So that was pretty, Gatlinburg.
Yes,
Sorry.
that's okay. Yeah, it was very beautiful. We did a little zip lining.
Ooh. I'm guessing you're not scared of heights.
Nope.
My cousins live in Seattle, and me and my mom would always take like these hikes. And we'd get to the very top, and then she'd like stop right before. She's like, "Yep, nope, can't see it, can't
Like
look."
panic.
Yes. I'm like, "Look, Mom, I'm standing close."
My mom gets like that over bridges.
Oh, like when she's driving over them?
Yes.
Dang. We have a couple bridges in New Orleans that you're like about to kiss the person next to you. That's the only thing I'm worried about is like someone else pushing me over. But heights hasn't really been, like I would do skydiving or parasailing or kind of want to do hot air balloons. I don't know anyone that does that.
We did a few years ago.
Really?
Yeah. It was great. In Arizona.
Okay.
Beautiful. Yeah, when I was raising my kids, when my kids were little, there was a period of time where I did not take any additional risks on my life.
Right.
Because I didn't want something to happen and then not have my children have a mother.
Right.
But now that they're grown up, and yeah, now I do more fun things.
Right. That's smart though.
Do you want to have kids?
Oh yeah. I constantly call my students my kids though too. So like.
So you really do almost already have kids.
Yeah.
I think a lot of teachers feel that way.
Definitely, I love my students, but I'm like, all right, I'll definitely wait to have my own. But I told my mom and my whole family, if I'm still single and I'm 30, I'm adopting.
Aww.
I just want a little baby. I can do it on my own, I know for sure, but I guess I wouldn't know. They'd be okay with just me. Me and Rosie.
Are you dating anyone?
No. No. Slim pickings, I feel sometimes. God'll bring him to me, though. He's still in the works, is what he's in medical school, maybe right now, you know.
Right.
I've been in, I would say, long-term relationships since I was 13, though. I'm 25 now, and me and my ex broke up about a year ago. So I've never taken the time to just do me, be single.
And that's good to know what you want.
Morals and values.
Mm-hmm.
How did you and Bruce meet?
He worked with my roommates in college at a restaurant.
Mm-hmm. And they were kind of like, hey, this guy.
No, we met at, like, they all got together after work.
Mm-hmm.
And I would go meet my roommates.
Right.
So he was there. And I had a boyfriend. He would say, when are you going to break up with that loser and date a real man? And I'm like, shut up.
Right.
Go away. Kind of grew on me.
Mm-hmm. My parents met at a bar, and my mom's fairly religious, you know, big Catholic, and she's like, don't tell people that. Tell them we met at church. I'm like, y'all met at a bar, and she was like, well, your dad, you know, he wasn't even drunk, and he was just so nice, and blah, blah, blah. Come to find out, my dad told me a couple days later, he goes, wanna know why I wasn't drunk? I was so hungover from the night before. I was like, oh my gosh. Don't tell her that, though. Don't tell her that.
That's hilarious. Yes, and when my boyfriend that I had dated for 5 years cheated on me again,
No.
I broke up with them.
Yep.
And finally went on a date with Bruce.
And then the rest is history?
Yep.
He's probably like, you finally did it, all right.
He said, that's the one thing I respected about you. No matter how hard I tried, you were like, I have a boyfriend. Go away. I have a boyfriend. Go away.
And all the while, he was just being...
But then the dingbat that I was dating was hooking up with other people. And I was like, oh, nice. Okay. All done.
Mm-hmm. Start typically what, after Labor Day?
Well, they changed it this year.
No way.
Yeah.
Oh no. Well then y'all will get out sooner, hopefully.
No, they didn't. They still got out July 10th.
What the heck?
Yeah.
It's like, what's the reasoning behind that?
I know. But it's William's senior year. So.
And that's your youngest?
Yeah.
There you go. I felt so bad. Like the juniors and seniors, they got gypped
For
when it was
prom.
COVID. Yeah, prom, their ring dance and all that.
Yep.
But I'm like, Do you match nails and toes, or do you do different?
I always do different.
Same. I do typically lighter on the nails, darker on the toes.
Me too.
Rest assured, if I ever put on black, my mom will say something. Oh my god.
Black nail polish.
Are you goth now? What is
so
that?
funny.
It's so harsh. I'm like, you have to appreciate all the colors, Mom.
It matches everything.
Exactly. It's not like I do it during the summer. I've never been... I'm gonna have to put a little pin in New Orleans.
Yes, you are.
Anyone from out of the United States?
No. Not yet.
I was about to say, it'll probably come.
Oh yeah. You're tiny, like my mom.
Well, I broke both of my ankles when I was younger. Not at the same time. This one healed, my right one healed, and then 2 weeks later I broke the other one. But I broke them through the growth plate, and when I went there, the doctors was like, oh, I mean, you were, kind of looks like you were almost done growing. I was like at 13, 14. I was like, what?
Oh my
Not
goodness.
growing anymore? He's like, yep, I'm afraid this is it.
Yeah, growth is a crazy thing.
I'm like, I just want to reach the pedals in my car. My dad can't even sit down to move my car. Like, he has to move the seat first because he can't.
Because he can't get in it,
Exactly.
yeah. It's funny.
I'll never forget, my assistant principal came in, and I was like helping the kids, so I guess I was bent over, I was on the rug or something, and she's like, where's the teacher? Who's watching y'all? I had to like stand up on my tippy I'm right here.
Hello.
Oh, I didn't even, you blend right in, honey, okay. In 3rd grade? Darn it. Some of my kids are as tall as me in 3rd grade, believe it or not.
Oh my goodness.
Oh yeah. Miss Winter, you're short. Like, all right, tell me something I don't know. Whoever I end up marrying, they better have a better last name than Winter, because Miss Winter's an easy. Wow. Thanks so much.
You're welcome. Do you like them?
I do.
They feel better?
Yes. The experience was worth it.
Oh, God.
I feel like a lot of people overlook it, but it's something that can cause a lot of pain and grief.
Oh yeah.
if not taken care of.